accustomed to each other. We're put in the school because of our addresses and our zip codes.
Well,
can't
many people of different races live in a community, say New York? Then how is it determined already? The Board of Education goes ahead and divides it up. Well, if there's a problem with the overpopulation aspect, if you just cut it down to smaller class sizes, you're still exposed to the same diversity of students that you would be on a given...
Not necessarily.
Because it's by your houses, so if you live like a little off, it's not going to be as diversified.
I mean,
if it was just coming, I'm pretty sure if it wasn't like Gainesville or something, this school wouldn't be as diverse as it is.
I think what Julie was asking was, you're proposing that we separate more based on community, but it seems like it's already separated by community now, because right now the schools are divided. You live in this area, you go to this school. So I think what she was asking is, what you're saying, how is that different from what's already separated?
I feel like it's kind of counterproductive because you're speaking of like a community-based thing, which makes me think of, and I don't know if this is where you're coming from, but like a personal responsibility type of thing. And if you're sectioning schools up even more, that means there's going to be more government intervention. And that's going to completely break up the community thing in the first place.
But what if the government has to intervene so much? What if it's up to the community to teach?
That would be perfect, but I mean, we're talking about school reform. We still have to act within the parameters of the law.
Yeah, but it's not an ideal situation.
Well, does not Thoreau say that if there is a law that is unjust, is it not our responsibility to overthrow that law or make it just? What if the laws we have in place already are unjust and do not fit the needs that we're searching for? Well, what if they don't fit those needs? Is it not our responsibility, our personal responsibility to do so? And if it takes a village to raise a child, what would a community do? An entire community of villages do? Could it not raise a generation?
And we do have someone, a parent from our community, has been waiting a while to pose a question. So, although this is quite good,
Sorry, I hope it's okay. Like Michelangelo was saying, he made two test scores. I just wanted to know, because I feel my daughter's very smart, but she's more in arts. So if she's slower in the classroom, what's your view on testing? What tests do you expect your students to take? And do you think that testing should have an impact on the academic future and the way that the children are graded? Okay, with testing, what we believe is standardized testing is just like, standardized testing kind of just ruins schools because teachers are just forcing students to learn how to pass the test rather than actually truly obtain the knowledge. And then so we believe that standardized testing shouldn't exist. However, in classes, teachers should teach, but teach so that students learn the material and then give tests, but all tests should be cumulative. Because for example, midterms and finals, we always, we learn a test and then we forget it the next day. We take a test, like Michael said. We take a test and then we forget it the next day after. So every test should be cumulative, so then you continuously review and then you will always be reviewing the same information and then actually understanding it.
Well, the problem with that is that that's still going back to Frere's idea of banking method teaching, because even though it's still taking information, giving it to students and asking them to regurgitate it, it's just making them do it over and over again, which I guess would implement it better, but that's still not teaching kids how to think rather than what to think. And we believe that teaching kids how to think and how to use their brain and truly understand the knowledge is a huge part of what a true education is.
So how do you grade that? Yeah, how do you grade that?
We think that if there is some kind of method to separate kids based on levels of intelligence and ability, so that each kid can be in an environment where they're surrounded by people that they're comfortable with, like all the intelligent people who learn at a high levels and understand how to think would be in certain areas, and other ones who aren't would be in other areas, and their teachers that assigned to those areas that especially